Education literally changed my life, and I remember exactly when that was, and that was when I discovered my major in college. So I was a bit lost, and there's so much pressure around what career you're gonna pick, what major you're gonna graduate with, and so I had that same pressure just like everyone else. But I discovered environmental science, and I loved what I was learning. It wasn't easy to hear all the things about climate change, but I also felt like there was nothing more important that I could find. And then I also created really good relationships with my professors. I would ask them a lot of questions, and that's all due to being at UMass Boston, where I went to college. That's where I found my major. That's where I found my passion, and I was already committed to being in this career for the rest of my life. My name is Maria Vasco, and I am the founder of Uvida Shop, Boston's first and only zero waste store. So I was born in Cali, Colombia, and my parents brought me to Boston when I was 3 years old, and I've been in Boston for my entire life. I can totally say that my family has pushed me to be an entrepreneur, because both of my parents are actually full-time entrepreneurs, and they have never really worked for anyone else. They just took that leap of faith over 40 years ago, and when I told them that I wanted to start a business, they were the first people that told me to take that leap of faith. Usually parents aren't that supportive in terms of making a risk and not being financially stable in the beginning, but they were the first people to be like, take that risk, take that leap. We are here to support you. We did it ourselves years ago, and we never look back to that. So I definitely took their advice and decided to become a full-time entrepreneur. So the reason why I give so much credit to my university, UMass Boston, is because the Dean of Honors College, I was always talking to her about plastic pollution and how much it bothered me, and just being open to her about what was going on in my head after classes. And she was there to listen to me, and she told me to apply to this scholarship called the Entrepreneur Scholarship. And I told her that I wish there was a plastic-free shop in Boston that I could just shop guilt-free and buy my basic essentials such as deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, but without any plastic, because that was the part that I felt guilty about. I was studying climate change and then contributing to the plastic pollution problem. So I told her, I'm like, I feel like I'm in a dilemma. And so she was listening to me, and she told me, if you really want this store to exist, apply to the scholarship and propose the idea. And I'm not a business major. I never took a business class in college, so I didn't really feel qualified, but I just gave all my ideas on that paper. I talked about how awesome it would be, how the city doesn't have that, the positive impact that it would have, the message it would send, and just the ease that it would provide for people to buy plastic-free items, for people like me who had the same dilemma. And I applied, and I got awarded the scholarship. So it was actually specifically when they gave me the $5,000 check that I was just in shock about that money in my hands. And they told me, they were like, we don't really care what you did with this money. We're not going to contact you in a year or two and ask you what you did with the money. There's no contacting you after this. So that blew my mind, because they told me that a lot of students don't even actually start a business. They just, spend the $5K on tuition or food, whatever they want. And so that was really surprising. But once I had that check, I was like, I really just got a $5,000 check for this idea that I want, but I have no clue how to do it. I'm not a business major, no business background, so I didn't really think that I could do it, but I would just not be able to stop thinking about it. I wanted it so bad. So once I got that check, I, started thinking of a name. I got the website, I took the LLC out, and I started the business.